Now, this is a Scots language post. However, ironically, we're going to start with an English quotation from, ironically again, a Scots title, Doon Hodden, by Alfred Baird book, but it's in English, but it's half a good. Inevitably, the domination and import of an Anglophone unionist elite, mostly from Scotland's more densely populated neighbour England, bring with them a managerial class lacking in-depth knowledge of Scotland. There is seldom a requirement for high-level job candidates to know much about Scotland, its people or their culture, far less be able to speak or understand the local or national language. Now, you cannae blame folk for coming to our bonny and braw country, but is it still acceptable policy to replace the indigenous culture? Is that still a thing? A cultural clearance? Social ethnocide? Is that fine? Whose responsibility is it to look after our ain Scots, including Gaelic, for my culture? Ours. What can we do about it? The urban clearance via house price is nae easy to fix, but we mun tak into it if ever we're going to sort it. Our culture, however, has mair ken speckle steps. A Scots Language Act, mair Gaelic support, and Scots media investment in all three leads, nae just Scots and Gaelic, but Scots English too. We hae our ain Chambers Dictionary based yints used to get into the civil service and universities, new forgotten. And in this modern age of compliance and modules that you have to qualify for things, endless box ticking, can we no hae a bit of that? A wee bit of compliance bullying. Have a set of Scots modules for public life and for the school curriculum. Who is it that all these other cultures get represented, richtly, with folk very careful to use all the richt words and terminology, but our culture is ignored, hodden doon with contempt? Who? What's that about? Are we being gaslit out the existence say the assets of our country can be plundered awa without reference to ourselves? It's a thocht richt Our natural character, an organic response to the land, is no being nurtured. It's dwining awa. We're wrong to think o' our values residing only in politics and economic propositions. These are subsidiary and consequential o' our culture. Our values and the community they serve are the source of where we are, and we're letting it a' dee. But we're nae yard it yet. We can still do this. Afore the Isle, naebody doon south cared awfu muckle for our ain dear dreich outpost, except tweedy types with guns, who ettled after a wheen bit venison. We were left our lane. Aye, there was a union, but it gied us things, a navy, ports, promotion in the empire. At yin time a rail network, meant for the tweedy types of course, but really gieing handy anyway. Lately, utilities were given, industrial jobs, not that they were, I was muckle joy today. Mind you, dinna gie it a rose tint. Millions of us were put out, yin way nor another, with famine, clearance, and a long tradition of inadequate wealth. But within the Union, we got left to our ain ways very often. Kirk, when that was a thing, was a repository of Scots values and kept some distinction in our education. Mind ye, that usually did mair harm nor good, but at least it had a pretence of a Scots format. There was still an increep of a meritocracy fae out wi' Scotland, mostly fae doon south, but it wasna a migration. We didna need sae muckle to haud our own culture. It was just all about us. And often when we thocht about it, we cringed, like the day I suppose. But now fae TikTok to the BBC, our culture is dwining awa. We maun use it, hod it, loo it, or lose it. Scots Language Act, Scots Studies for Public Life and School, and Mayor Scots, including Gaelic media. This is what we're wanting. Thanks.